Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a great morning. Doing things a little bit differently this morning because plans never go as expected. They never go as expected, and that's just what happens. That's just what happens. Got the cozy fireplace running in the background for sound effects. Actually, no, I just used it to keep my machine running, and somehow it wasn't working. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. All right, guys, let's see here. What do we got? Debbie Chandler. First, alrighty then, Canada. Number 2, Rose Stoller. You are deterred. We also have, what do we got here? Richard Jackson, Catitude, West Virginia Pappy, Deanna, Billy King, Jennifer, good morning. My Second Life. What we got here? Ian's in the house. And let's see, Deanna. All right, so let's see. I'm not even sure how many people are in here. It says there's 17 people in here. That's super duper. Pooper scooper. You know what? I didn't do it yesterday. I'm going to do it today. I did not plan on doing it today, but it is what it is. We're going to turn this on for 1 hour, and we're going to go, you know what happens. Exclamation point. Start the goal. And we're going to be doing that today. So your screens may have changed just a little itty bitty bit right there, but that is a-okay. So I was originally supposed to be on the road this morning, so I had actually planned on doing everything via the clipboard. Yeah, things change. Things change. Your environment is constantly evolving, and you have to evolve with it. You have to flip-flop and adjust to all these different little things. Man, I really wish I could turn this tripod. The only drawback to this tripod is that you can't rotate this edge, which I think that they could make a very easy fix. Bob showed up. Good to see you. It looks like Rose figured something was keeping you busy this morning since no notification earlier. Yes, it's been a busy morning. It's been a busy morning already, but I've got my coffee tuned up to 180 degrees. I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, one of the questions that I keep getting on different platforms is, well, how are the tariffs going to affect us? Rose just got the party started. Everybody make sure you give Rose a thumbs up. Let's see here. Appreciate you, girl. There you go. Give her a thanks back. And hit that thumbs up button for her. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up button for me yet, now would be the time to do that. It's probably a good idea because I can't tell when those things happen. Let's see here. We're going to turn that off, and we're going to turn this on, and we're going to do that. There we go. All right. So with all that said, guys, I keep getting asked about the tariffs, how they're going to affect us. And, you know, one of the big things about preparedness is security or food insurance. That is, you know, tariffs are a very tricky thing when we talk. Attitude's just trying to get me to wear that damn hat. She just loves that thing. Oh, you are great. Make sure everybody gives Catitude that thumbs up. I appreciate it. She needs that as well. But with the tariffs, what tariffs are going to affect a lot of things. Okay. It's as usual. It's not fear porn. It's nothing like that. It's just knowledge, and knowledge is power. Okay. I think it's important is that fire in the background annoying, or is it make you feel good, or is it just too much noise over me speaking? Because I am using the microphone on the phone. Let me know in the chat. I'm kind of curious because I will just turn it off. I kind of like the sound of it, but if it's too much on the audio because the phone's next to the PC, then I will turn it off for you. I will turn it off. So here's the dealio. Tariffs can drive up the costs of imported goods or materials that are going to impact everyday items that preppers might prioritize for stockpiling due to their utility, shelf life, or even reliance on global supply chains. You know, below is a list of 25 items likely affected by tariffs. I can't stand how I write like that. It's driving me nuts. It's too many years in the military. I thought I was hearing things. I like it. It's soothing. Hey, thank you, Richard. I appreciate you. And I noticed you were here early, Richard. I don't see you very often, so appreciate you hanging out with us. But 25 items likely affected by tariffs. Tailored to what preppers might want to stock up on for self-sufficiency during economic disruptions or supply shortages. Each item is either imported or uses imported components or depends on globally sourced materials, making them vulnerable to price increases. And these are some of the things that we should be thinking about. Now, oddly enough, the number one thing on the list is canned goods. You basically fruits and vegetables are the big one, but many canned goods rely on imported steel or aluminum for the cans. And some products, like tropical fruits, are sourced internationally. Preppers value these for long-term shelf life and nutritional reliability in emergencies. Tariffs on metals could make bulk purchases more expensive, so stocking up early is very, very wise. The next one, you would think it would be like, oh, no big deal. Oh, it's not a big thing, but rice. All right, so with rice, guys, rice, it's a staple food, but it's often imported from countries like Thailand or India. Preppers stock rice for its caloric density and ability to store for decades when sealed properly. Now, tariffs on agriculture imports could raise the costs, and rice's versatility makes it a priority for food security. It's kind of crazy. Let's see here. Malusa Indri, I don't recognize you. Welcome to the live stream. What do we got here? I like it. It's soothing. What the hell, man? What the Mirko? Shout me out. The one and only Nicole. You're my favorite transgender YouTuber. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Is my transition to full manhood enough for you? Does it really do things for you? I love the trolls, but they always think they can out-troll the troll. It just doesn't work. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. Let's see here. Indonesia, orange, Indonesia, or none of that makes any sense, Marlusa. None of that makes any sense. So number 3 on the list is pasta. It's frequently made from durum wheat imported from Canada or Europe. It's a prepper favorite for its affordability and long shelf life in dry storage. Now, tariffs on wheat or packaging materials could increase prices, pushing preppers to buy in bulk now. It's kind of important to get these things under our belts if we don't have them. We know that they are staples, but we kind of take them for granted, I think. So number 4, believe it or not, is coffee. Largely imported from countries like Brazil, Colombia, or Ethiopia. Preppers stock up for morale and as a barter item during crises. Now, tariffs on coffee beans could spike costs and its long shelf life. When vacuum sealed, makes it a smart investment. Now, what I can tell you about coffee in my preparedness journey is that I do coffee beans. Now, I also do the freeze-dried coffee, but what I'll do is instead of spending oodles and oodles of cash on it, I will go buy those. They used to be just $1, but now the $1.25 tree coffee, and then put that in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. And that solves the problem. Whenever you buy, so a little hint, whenever you buy those multi-sized bags, it's like a kit. They're sending you this kit that's got like 5 of these and 5 of these and 5 of these for the Mylar bags and some oxygen absorbers. They always send you these little ones, and you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do with these? Well, I use them for coffee. There you go. Now you know that. And because the coffee's freeze dried, you don't need a big You don't need like a 500, oxygen absorber. You can drop a 200 inside of it, no problem, no problem. Because the idea is to get rid of the oxygen, not necessarily the air, if you didn't know that. So let's see. Let's see. Let's give this one a timeout. There you go. Let's see here. Jennifer says, I ordered from Thrive Life for the first time yesterday. Freeze-dried food. Yes, Thrive makes extremely good freeze-dried food. It's a little bit more expensive than Augustin Farms, but it is still very good. I would tell people, first and foremost, Jennifer, don't regret your purchase. You won't regret your purchase. I have it's the first thing I ever bought in large amounts in my preparedness journey. And my chat just crashed. So let's go ahead and hit the F5 buttons. Let's see here. I'm going to hit that one, and we're going to hit that one. I'm not sure why it does that, but every so often the YouTube YouTube studio just craps out. So first and foremost, don't regret your decision. I have a year's worth of Thrive freeze-dried food underneath my bed. Not a joke. But on your preparedness journey, you should be looking for some less expensive stuff, because that freeze-dried food is not cheap. Okay. So I would look into the Augustin Farms, not to point you to the shameless promotion, not to point you to the link in my description, but you could do it there. And if you're buying in bulk, you're going to save on shipping. Augustin Farms makes great products, but their shipping is extremely expensive. So I recommend that you do it through Amazon. And if you'd like a link to that, I can get that for you. Which is actually probably the best thing to do. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get to it from this computer, because like I said, I don't do a lot of stuff on this computer from because it's dedicated for streaming. Augustin Farms. Let's see here. That's food. Oh, come on. It's trying to. There we go. Augustin Farms butter. And then let's get you to the main Augustin Farms page so you can figure this out yourself. And then let's go ahead and shrink that link down so it doesn't look like it's a million times long. Let's see here. So there's a link to the Augustin Farm page on Amazon. If you go there and buy whatever you're going to buy, you're going to find out that I think Amazon, if you go over like $29 or something like that, you get free shipping. So you don't even have to have an Amazon account. Should I say you don't have to pay for an Amazon account. But it is what it is. Want to try different ones, see which is best. Yeah, a lot of them are all, so I used to do videos for probably the biggest freeze-dried food survival company on the planet. And what I found out is a good chunk of their product is all made in the same plant as several others. With Augustin Farms, they make their own stuff. I can tell you that up front. I can't tell you much more about it because I'm not allowed to, but I can legally tell you all of that stuff. I prefer Augustin Farms because it always tastes good. And if I'm going to frickin' try and like survive in the apocalypse or whatever, I'm going to have the best tasting food I can possibly find. Also, Andy, I want to let you know I did miss you, bro. But unfortunately, the role has already been sent to the vice president, or the vice president to the vice principal. So be expecting a call from the PA on the PA loudspeaker. All right, let's see here. Medium coffee. Good morning. I love your name, bro. I love your name. I prefer a medium roast myself. Currently drinking the Dunkin' Donuts brand, temperature of 180 degrees. But welcome. I don't recognize you. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and check your notification bells. It's useful. Let's see here. And if you want to see, you can't see it today. Maybe tomorrow. Cuckvy says, watching from the People's Republic of Mission. Just came over from Bear Independence channel. What the hell were you doing over there? No, Bear actually has a pretty good channel, but his give a shit meter is pretty much pegged when you talk about YouTube stuff. So he's just there reading something that somebody wrote for him, which is not a bad thing. I enjoy it, but I can only handle so much of it. I prefer their live streams. Matter of fact, if you guys didn't know that, it's every other Wednesday. I'm not sure if it's this Wednesday in the middle of the afternoon. They'll do a live stream where they're giving something away. If you like buy some of their product, so it could be like a win-win. You could like buy something on their something on their website, right? And save money with my code, shameless promotion. And then you do that during their live stream, right? And then that enters you to win whatever they're giving away during that live stream. So you could literally like win twice in one day. Not a joke. So just an FYI, just an FYI. I might pop in there too if I have time today. I've got to send back. I ordered this like portable shelf, or not portable shelf, but like do DIY, assemble it yourself. Portable, for lack of better words, closet. I don't know what the technical name for it is, but it all came from China. We went to put it together, and it was missing at least 10 pieces. So I contacted the company like I was supposed to. The company said, "Hey, send us your Amazon number, your Amazon order number, and a picture of the components that you have." And I'm like, son of a bitch. So I do this, and like an hour later, I get an email back saying, "Oh, well, it's going to cost us too much money to send you the parts because they come from China." They literally put it in the email. And I just replied, "Are you fucking kidding me?" If they put you through all that crap because they think that you won't do it, right? And then when you do it, they're like, "Oh." So she pushed me back to Amazon. Anyway, I talked to Amazon. I'm getting my money back. I just got to send them the box back. It's not a big deal. That's and they're paying for that all for free anyway. So it's not a big deal. So what we got here? Pilgrims in here. Good morning, my friend. The sword. Repent. Jesus is coming again. Let's see here. Want to try the different ones. We got Bradley Collins showed up. Good morning. Good morning. Trade secrets. Yeah, exactly, Rose. I have to be very careful when I talk about freeze-dried foods. I worked for that company for about a year. And then they decided they didn't want to pay me anymore. And I was like, well, I don't work for you anymore. Goodbye. Let's see. Jimbowski, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I don't feel tardy. That's a great answer, man. Bradley says, boy, the dog is mad at something. Yes, that dog is mad about something. We have to deal with him about 4 or 5 days a week. But she has abandonment issues. So it's not my dog. It's a neighbor's dog. Let's see. Of course, the second I say something, it quit barking. Yes, of course, Bradley. All right, so we got about 32 people in here. And let's go ahead and continue because number 5 on the list is tea. Now, with that said, Honey Bear, are you Mormon? They are prepping for the second coming. No, Honey Bear, I am not Mormon. I am I'm an independent. Sorry. Kira Marshall Davies. Hello, I don't recognize you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And Tuck V just showed up. Good to go. That's right. Everybody gets name recognition here. It's so nice. Let's see here. I have Medium Coffee says, I have issues with trying to slim down on everyday carry kit. Yeah, I mean, it really has. Thank you, Kira. I appreciate you. Slimming down on the EDC is all about what you're willing to walk out the door with. That's really what it's all. What are you willing, what are you willing to walk out the door with? You know what I'm saying? There's been, I live in a small town where crime is not a huge thing. It does happen. But for the most part, a lot of people can leave their doors unlocked. It's very weird, whereas the property in North Carolina, I have to lock everything up. And it's even weirder there because that's in the country. And that's because, the summertime is the worst. Kids like to walk onto the property, kind of do whatever they want to do. People kind of get nosing around. They haven't seen a car in a while, start to think they can get away with everything, So it's all about your environment. It really is all about your environment. So, some days you can carry, some days you can't. Some days you feel like it, some days you don't, some days you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, you know what I'm saying? But I think maybe Maybe it's a personal issue, trying to get your EDC down. There was a time when my EDC was a bag. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel your pain. How's your thermal prep? My thermal prep is freaking awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's right. M65 field jacket liner. They still make them. You can buy them on Amazon. Let's see here. I'm trying to increase my EDC. Why? Long underwear? Nah, it's this time of year. No long underwear. All right, so let's get back on point. I appreciate the comments, dudes. I truly do, and I'll answer those questions. But let's get back on point. So, because there's 25 items, and we've only hit number 5. Annie G, I see what you just posted. Give me 1 second. We're going to hit number 5, and number 5 is tea. Now, tea is often sourced from China, India, or Sri Lanka. Like coffee, it's valued for comfort and trade potential in tough times. Now, tariffs on tea imports could affect pricing, and preppers might store it in airtight containers to preserve the flavor. Yeah. Okay, so Annie G says, I'm thinking about getting the decked storage system for my truck if I can come up with the money. Looks like a great way to store my EDC. How much? I've seen that system. What is it you plan on storing? I mean, like several long rifles? That's a pretty serious system, Annie. It's pretty. You know, I'm not a fan of the pretty things. I like them. Don't get me wrong. If somebody said, here's a deck system, put it in your truck, I'll be like, oh, you know. But I'm not going to go out and spend that kind of money. So let's see here. Rose says, walking out the door leaves me with a lot to think on. What is necessary versus don't want lost or stolen. Yeah. You know, what I like to do is I like to break my EDC up, and I always, first and foremost, you've got your vehicle, okay? You know, you're not, I mean, unless you're going to work on a bicycle every day, and there's your backpack right there, blah, blah, blah. You know, you can carry a lot of stuff inside your vehicle. If you are, you know, if you're more mobile or don't want to do that, you're afraid somebody's going to, you know, break into your car and steal $3,000 worth of gear out of your bug out bag, then, you know what I'm saying? That's an in and out issue. But you also have to remember that you can be mobile. You know, you can have a pack that you only keep in your car. Like you take it down to your car, you go to work, you carry it to your desk. That's it. It's not like you're out humping through the rut, you know, running through the jungle with your M16 and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do those kind of things unless you want to. But it's kind of, well, it's just not smart. Let's see here. Awesome, bro. Pemmican in a pelican. Pemmican in a pelican. That's just too hard to say. Awesome, bro. Welcome to the channel. I don't recognize you. Thank you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. But pemmican in a pelican. That's not really a great use of a pelican case. You know, considering you can wrap pemmican in wax paper and put it on a shelf. You know what I'm saying? I like organized, but the cost, yeah, it's extremely expensive. Tuck says, I love tea, but I don't have any put up. Yeah, I mean, put some up, because here's the thing. You know, tea dries out. First of all, tea is dried leaf, so it's already been dried, right? You can take that tea and put it in you could can it, you know what I'm saying? You could literally dry can it, or you could put it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorber. The thing with tea is tea is already dry, so it could technically last forever. You know what I'm saying? It's not like coffee, because coffee has oil in it, and eventually that coffee dries out. Now, unless it's freeze dried, which the oil is removed, right? So with tea, you just have to put it in something that is an oxygen-free environment, and it could last forever. Let's see here. Love tea. Awesome, bro. Nice. Thank you. There you go. You could grow your own tea. Let's see. Awesome, bro says, buy the 40-pack drink sticks. Of what? What are you talking about? What are we buying 40-pack drink sticks of? I'm intrigued. Oh, you know what? Am I in top chat? Who's in? Where's Oops at? I don't have Oops to square me away today. Let's see here. Who's typing 250 words a minute here? There's Oops. Speak his name and he shall appear. Did you find the cream? All right. So the next thing, now that we're talking about drinks and stuff, sugar. Now, sugar, well, some sugar is domestic. Tariffs on imported sugar from places like Mexico could raise prices. Now, preppers store it for cooking, preservation, and energy needs. You know, it's definitely, or should I say, it's indefinite shelf life makes it a must-have, but global trade disruptions could limit availability. If you didn't know this, sugar is like honey. It can almost, as long as it's stored correctly, last forever. So just an FYI, you might want to go buy yourself a couple of bags of some sugar, and get that into either dry can it or put it in some bags with some oxygen absorbers. Let's see here. This dude's mind is definitely twisted. I bet he has a Mercedes-Benz. I do not have a Mercedes-Benz, but I would love to have one of the old diesel ones that I could convert over to run the biodiesel. Let's see here. But Benjamin, thanks for hanging out. Hit the subscribe button, man. Everybody's welcome here. Oops. LP staff hard at work. I know, right? You just lost that bonus. Oops. Let's see. There's always dandelion tea. That's true, West Virginia Pappy. Rose says, I can see issues in today's climate. We're having to pass through sensors like the TSA at work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Awesome Rose says, what would happen if you came across 50 lost kittens during SHTF? Unfortunately, I'd have to leave them right where they are. It's not a bad question. It's not a bad question, but it is what it is. Kitten have been in the store since last we spoke. Waiting for coffee. I have no staff. KA, good to see you. I don't recognize you. Thank you for coming to the stream. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. What about first aid kit? Top 5 essentials. We're out of scope right now. But I would say probably top 5 essentials for a first aid kit, not a trauma kit. Well, obviously, you're going to need some Band-Aids. I like the kind that are flexible. I don't like the plastic Band-Aids, but the camouflage ones are pretty cool. That's one. Neosporin. You're going to need some medical tape. Make sure that you're aware of your allergies, if you have any, if you're allergic to paper tape, that kind of thing. And let's see here. You're also going to need some larger bandages, probably some 2x2s, 3x3s, or 4x4s, and I'm not talking about Chevy trucks. And let's see, you're probably going to need I would probably get one of those, I can't remember the name of it, but they're like a gigantic bandana. You use them to make a sling for your arm, and they come with pins already. So I would probably say those are the top 5 things. I mean, you're just talking about, when you say first aid means boo-boo kits, okay? Let's see here. Medium coffee, all sugar can last. All sugar can last. Brown organic versus processed white. Technically, yes, all sugar can last, because it's all about how you store it. You've got to get oxygen, So everything is affected by oxygenation, okay? Basically things can't rust if oxygen can't get to them. So it literally, it's the process of oxygenation reaches into almost everything on the planet. Honestly, I think the only thing that cannot oxygenate is carbon. Anyway, so brown sugar can be stored. I have stored brown sugar for years. Brown sugar. Now, brown rice, that's a different story. That's not going to work. Let's see here. In reference to our carry bag. I got you, Rose. Everyone says store sugar, and I have, but I'm still using 5-pound bags from 4 years ago. We just don't use it. Yeah, my Second Life. I'm the same way. I have probably, I probably have 10 bags, 10 5-pound bags of, no, I'm sorry, 10 1-pound thingies like this big. That's 1 pound, right? Of sugar. Yeah, we just don't go through a lot of it. We just don't go through a lot of sugar. So the stuff that we have is going to last a long time. Which is great because it's inexpensive. You can just basically be completely prepped up, you know, on $5 to $10. Let's see here. I hear no O2 absorbers when bagging sugar or salt. You know, there's some science behind that, but it's like it's not reputable. It's not reputable. It doesn't do anything to the sugar or the salt. Ben says. Are those mirrors on the ceiling and pink champagne on ice? I'm not really a fan of pink champagne, but mirrors on the ceiling can be a lot of fun. Let's see. Bradley says, honestly, been hands-free, but I thought the typing was just the wood crackling in a fire. It is wood crackling in the fireplace. I have it going in the background for ambiance. I asked if it bothered anybody. I was going to turn it off, and everybody's like, no, it's very soothing. It's a fire. There's a fire. Let's see here. Catch my drift. Hello, sorcerer. Give me the lottery numbers. 36, 24, 36. You have to do the other three on your, or the other two on your own. Let's see here. Some people call me well, you know, hey, I hate to say it, guys, because I don't want to promote the fact, because I think you forgot about it. Yeah, the grand poobah of preparedness would really freak out these trolls. Let's see here. Awesome Bro says, you have no soul. I've been told that. Come closer, I'll eat yours. I love trolls. Let's see here. Rose says, cats are mousers, they will survive. Yes, exactly. Stray Kitten says, it made in America, so at least you don't have to worry about tariffs or shortages. Okay. Pilgrim. That is another name for it too. There's like a French name for it too. But yes, a triangle bandage. Absolutely. Let's see. KA says, oh, trauma kit is what I need to research then. Thank you for answering. KA, I'll be honest with you. And yes, I'm an affiliate, shameless promotion. I normally do it. And it's actually about that time. So I might as well tell you about it. So, if you go to, you know, let me get you a link. That domain does not exist anymore. Well, they finally did it, so localprepper.net doesn't exist anymore. Let's see. Yeah, I nobody was using the website, so I stopped paying for it. Let's see here. Let me get you a link. And Jace Medical, Refuge Medical. Copy a clean link. And so KA, here's the deal, bro. Oh, what the hell? Why is it? Oh, it's too much. Oh, wow, that's huge. I had no idea. Oh, it's a YouTube redirect. What the hell? Let me see if I can fix that. That's just insane. I'm trying to get you a link to Refuge Medical. Oh, you're killing me, man. Let's try this one. Link tree. Let's try that one. Let's see if a search works like that. Instagram. That is not going to work. All right, so here's what you do. Let me get you just the simple. Let me just get you the simple one. Refuge Medical. I'm going to point you to Refuge Medical, okay? And the reason I'm going to do that is because they are the best. There you go. Damn it. This thing is, what is going on here? Why is this thing, it's like, It's turning all of my links into giant links for no reason. Let's try that one. There you go. There we go. Okay, so go there, check out their stuff. Okay, now it's not cheap, but it's the best trauma kits on the planet. Not a joke. 100% American made, 100% American sourced, and what is it? The equipment is guaranteed for life. If you rip one of their things, you send it back to them, and they'll send you another one. And if you use their product to save somebody's life, you write them a little note about what happened, and they'll verify it, and then they will send you that equipment back. So if you use a tourniquet, if you use your bandages to stop a wound, whatever it may be, right? They will do that. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now, here's the thing. You can save, I think it's 15%. I'm trying to check here, but it's hard to do now. Yeah, you'll say if you use the code LOCALPREPPER, hold on, equals 15% off. If you use my code LOCALPREPPER, you will save 15% off on the purchase. Some of the gear is expensive, so it's nothing to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? So be an adult, spend your money as you see fit. Also, it's the middle of the live stream somehow, so you know the deal. If you love your country, put a #1 in the chat. America. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to talk some smack. I'm going to read you some educational stuff because this is an educational channel. And for all my trolls, welcome to the party. All right, let's see here. I'm going to scroll back up while you guys do that and see what people typed in there. Lawn some dove. No, I am not a lawyer, and I do not give legal opinions. I will give you a personal opinion, but that's about it. Let's see here. Just keep molasses. Make your own brown sugar. There you go. That's pretty smart. There you go. There you go. Sugar can turn into blocks. Absolutely. Let's see here. And what we got here? Not a sponsor. Shut up. What's going on, bro? Yo, yo, yo. Stray Kitten says, I think try it just one area, applying liberally 3 to 4 times. Okay. Medium Coffee says first aid kit trauma. Sam Splint, or is that your trauma kit that goes in my first aid kit? I mean, I have an EMT bag in my trunk that I've built out. I actually have a video of it. So I would, Medium Coffee, God, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. You need so much help. That's okay, man. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it for you. What is this? My site. Localprepper.net, my site. What is this? That domain doesn't exist anymore. YouTube. Local Prepper on YouTube. And then let's look for my videos. You know what? I think I've got it I think it's in the gear playlist. Let's see here. Stormed out. Interviews, analysis, preparation, members only, gear. Let's see if it's in that one. That's not it. That is not it. EDC Prepper Gear Giveaway, packing the perfect medical trauma bag for emergencies. There it is. There it is. I found it for you. What you need to do is copy and paste this and this link, and that'll tell you what's inside my trauma bag that's inside my car. All right, let's see here. Gonna go laugh out you looking online. This is not a legal channel. Stray Kitten, try it just once. Let's see here. Refuge Medical, got it. And then we're gonna push past the ones. Looks like the troll using 3 accounts gave up. That's okay. They're just looking for a rise. And when I play their game and they lose instantly, they're like, oh shit, I gotta go someplace else. But also, sometimes they stick around. Sometimes they're just like, oh, well, an adult, so, and I like that. So that's why everybody gets a fair shake here. Jennifer says, I'm at work. Sorry if I can't interact too much, but I do have a pad to write the list down. There you go. There you go. I got you, Jennifer. I got you. Jennifer, so, what What I don't know what list you are referring to, and I don't expect you to type anything in the chat because you're listening at work. But what I will tell you is if you, I'm not sure what you're asking for. If you reach out to me at contact local prepper, all one word, at gmail.com, I will be able to answer more of your questions. Let's see here. Once again, contact local prepper, all one word, at gmail.com. Let's see here. Trolling people for fun. Oh, I got it. Okay, so it sounds like a joke. Let's see. What's the difference between a dishwasher and a baby? The dishwasher doesn't cry when you fill it with. Oh, that's dirty trolling. That's dirty. That's like, trolling. Wait. Blast from the past. Trolling. How do you get 1,000 dead babies into a telephone booth? With a blender. See, I can do it too. Yeah, you're just not that funny. Let's see here, Jennifer. The 25. Oh, the 25 items. So I should continue. Okay. I will continue. Number 7, freeze-dried foods. So many rely on imported packaging or ingredients. Ironically, it's freeze-dried foods, number 7, right? And you know what I might do is I might like put a list. For the replay, maybe I'll build a list and put it in this live stream, in the description of the live stream later. But many rely on imported packaging or ingredients, and brands like Mountain House, which has gotten better. Just stay away from the Oriental stuff. They use global supply chains. Now, preppers prioritize these for lightweight, long-term food storage. Tariffs on plastics or international shipping could increase those costs, which are already expensive. So buying now is strategic. Right now, it's almost $10 for one meal, one freeze-dried meal. So it's kind of crazy. Stay on topic. Bye topic. I'm listening while vacuum sealing rice, also repotting. That's going to be dirty. All right, see, pull up. I'll show you just how weak I am. Punk trolling. Speak English, trolling. Speak English. Let's see here. So battery cobalt. They're essential for powering flashlights, radios, and other prepper gear. Tariffs on electronics could make them pricier, and preppers should store them in a cool, dry condition. Now, what I can tell you about batteries is I get all of my batteries from my battery box at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight sells the cheapest freaking batteries. Now, you can go buy rechargeables. I'm not saying don't do that. I've got some rechargeables myself. All right. But for the price point, you know, if I can buy, you know, spend $3.99 and get like 40 AAA batteries, then I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Going to Harbor Freight and not buying batteries is kind of like going to the $1.25 tree store and not getting a little green thing to carry your stuff around in, because you're guaranteed to spend $20 and get a lot of stuff. All right, so number 9, flashlights. Many are made in China or use imported electronics. Preppers need reliable lighting for power outages or off-grid scenarios. Tariffs on manufactured goods could raise costs, and investing in durable LED models is a prepper's best bet. I have flashlights everywhere. For a long time, and I still do to an extent. Have the Walmart used to sell those little flashlights about this big that for $1, and now I think they're $1.50. But those stupid little camping flashlights, I think they're made by Ozark Trails, $1.25 for a 300 lumen LED flashlight that already has the batteries in it. Yeah, you pull the tab out, you push the button, it works. You push the tab back in, the battery doesn't die. You put them everywhere. You can have one in every room for $10. And that's a lot of rooms, you know what I'm saying? So those are some things to think about. Let's see. Trolling says the one who's scared. Oh my God, trolling. Listen, here's the thing, bro. You can interact with me, but when you start to bother the people in the channel, then you're a nuisance. So don't be a nuisance, or I'll make you disappear. And I really used to do that in the real life. So ain't nobody scared of your silly ass. All right, so let's see here. Number 10, first aid supplies, e.g., bandages and antiseptics. Often produced overseas for use. Imported plastics are used in those and chemicals. They're critical for treating injuries when medical help isn't available. Now, tariffs on medical imports could limit affordability, so preppers should build comprehensive kits now. It's really easy to build. I do recommend that you maybe pick an easy way to do it is to pick what you believe to be is a good size first aid kit for probably $35, or not first aid kit, but medical emergency kit, and then add to and take away to make a better kit, Okay. All right. So number 11, over-the-counter medications. Things like oh my God, my ear itches. Ibuprofen and antihistamines. Now, active ingredients are frequently sourced from China or India. So preppers, preppers should stock these to manage pain or illness independently. Tariffs on pharmaceuticals could drive up the prices, and rotating stocks ensures their freshness. So some things to think about. So one thing that a lot of people don't think about is number 12. It's vitamins and supplements. Now, many rely on imported ingredients or packaging materials. Preppers use them to maintain nutrition during food shortages. Tariffs on chemicals or plastics could affect costs, making bulk purchases a practical choice. Believe it or not, one of the things that I do when I try to use my 6-can method is it's like, okay, well, I just did this the last time I was here. Maybe let's get some vitamins and maybe follow the alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, there's a vitamin A. I don't take it, but the girlfriend does. And there's different kinds. Anyway, the point is B, C, D, E, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? You go to the store, apply the alphabet, remember where you were last time, and get one of those little containers. And by the time you get to Z, it's time to come around. You see what I'm saying? It's a self-perpetuating rotation system. So, let's see here. What do we got in the chat? Headlights. Headlights are the ones that strap to your forehead to keep your hands free. Yes, I have all of those. I've got fancy ones. I've got the kind that have a battery in the back. I'm not super duper a fan of them because they use the big long batteries. But they make them now that are comparable. I think, what is it? Diamondback, I think, is the name of the company that makes the super high end hikers lights for their heads. They're making them now that are just as good. And you can buy them at Walmart. Now, I do have, believe it or not, I have some. I keep in my trauma kit, I keep a headlamp, one of the dollar headlamps from Walmart. It's literally got one button, one setting. You pull the tab out, boop, boop, and it's on. Because if you're working on somebody and you need light, you don't want to hold a flashlight. You want it to, boom, I'm on, boom, 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 gloves on, we're going in, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? If it's that important, you need light. So I do that as well. Let's see here. Those headlights are cool. There you go. Rose says, well, at least here the trolls aren't telling you need to join another Facebook group. They have no history and have several names with the same. Yeah, exactly. It happens. Ian, let's see here, throwing down the smack. It happens, Ian. FAFO, you know how it works. Tuck says, Facebook is dead to me. Even my family and friends haven't talked to me into going back. And you probably shouldn't go back. I maintain a Facebook group to promote the live streams, promote the videos, and to keep in touch with my kids. I think my circle on my friends list on Facebook is like 45 people. It's pretty crazy. And I do not have it on my phone. I just have Messenger on my phone. So by the way, Zuckerberg is in his 3rd day of testimony for some of the crap that went down with Meta over the last 4 years. Just hint, that Facebook is being the government sees Facebook as a monopoly, and they're getting ready to break them up. Meta, what do you got? Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or some other thing. There's like 3 things that they're getting ready to just like break out the knife and cut these things into little pieces. Let's see here. Brad says, ibuprofen has been proven to slow healing of things like bones. Wife had fusion of vertebrae, and they told her 0 ibuprofen for 6 months. Yeah, it's true. Ibuprofen is for inflammation. That's what it's for. If you take it for pain, that's great, but you're not really doing anything about the pain. You're doing something about the inflammation. Let's see here. Thank you, Tuck. I appreciate you. You like my A to Z method, right? TM. All right, let's see. I keep cheaters glasses in my suture kit. Yes, 100%. Why not? Why not? I remember when you can get a pack of 10 reading was like 1.0, 1.25 reading glasses for $10 from Walmart. It's crazy. Now it's like $10 for a pack of 2 if you're lucky. Ian says, I used a headlamp outdoors, strap it to your thigh to keep the light low to the ground and out of ice. That's true. It moves around a lot that way, but that's true. If you're probably better off putting it on your chest. But anyway, it's still a great idea. It's still a great idea. Experiment. Do some experimentation. All right, so number 13, because I know someone's like just waiting for me to say it. If your Walmart has Hose, HOWE', candy display, it carries root beer barrels. Well, interesting to know, West Virginia Pappy. I still have my last root beer barrel right here. I've been like staring at it. I'm keeping it for emergencies. Rose says, keep a headlamp there as well to see what you need to suture. There you go. All right, so number 13. We haven't skipped a number, don't worry. Number 13, toothpaste. It contains imported chemicals like fluoride compounds. Dental hygiene is crucial for preppers to avoid health issues long term. Tariffs on raw materials could increase prices, and storing extra tubes in a cool place is recommended. Now, moving on to number 14, soap and detergents, often made with imported palm oil or chemicals. And a lot of people don't know about palm oil. You should probably look into that. It's in a lot of things. Hygiene prevents disease, a key concern for preppers in survival scenarios. Tariffs on oils or packagings could raise costs. So stocking up on a bar of soap is a budget-friendly move. And I always thought it was hilarious because you can go to the $1.25 tree store and buy like 3 bars of Old Spice. Is it Old Spice? No, it's Irish Spring for like $1.25. Problem solved. For really low cost, really low cost. All right, number 15, clothing, things like socks and jackets. So much of it is manufacturers in countries like Bangladesh or even Vietnam. Now, preppers need durable clothing for harsh weather or labor-intensive tasks. Tariffs on textiles could make quality gear pricier, so buying rugged items now is kind of smart. Number 16, boots, often produced overseas or use imported leather and rubber. Sturdy footwear is essential for mobility and working in a crisis. Excuse me. Tariffs on raw materials could increase costs, and preppers should choose waterproof, long-lasting pairs. It's just that easy. I see the chat is moving. I'll go to it in a second. Please continue to post whatever you want. Number 17, knives and multi-tools. Now, many affordable options are made in China or use imported steel. Preppers rely on them for cutting, building, and defense. Tariffs on steel or tools could affect pricing, so investing in high-quality blades is worthwhile. Number 18, camping gear. Things like tents and sleeping bags. We talked about this the other day, actually. Typically manufactured in Asia, or they use imported fabrics and metals. Now, preppers use these for shelter and warmth and emergencies. Now, tariffs on synthetics could raise costs, and checking gear for durability is key. The next thing, fishing supplies like lines and hooks. It's often imported. or made with global materials. You know, fishing is a vital prepper skill for sustainable food sourcing. Tariffs on plastics or metals could impact prices. So stocking up a variety of tackle is prudent. Woo! All right, so we made it to number 20, but let's go ahead and check the chat here real quick. Let's see here. Salt and soda for dental prep. There you go. Tuck says, I think I have about 3 years of toothpaste and toothbrushes. Somebody has a couponer in their family. If you have that many things, somebody has a couponer in the family. Maynard says, we make our own soap. I love my second wife used to make soap, and I love eucalyptus soap. I can't find it. Everybody wants to mix match all these crazy dandelions. I just like green eucalyptus soap. It is so amazing. You're taking that shower in the morning. You're like, I don't want to do anything. And you're like, you have that Irish Spring moment, but it's straight eucalyptus. Man, it just makes all the neurons in my brain fire instantaneously. It's an amazing thing that I really enjoy. So, yeah. Let's see here. Stray Kitten says, a headlamp is better than having to hold flashlight in mouth to be hands-free. Very true, very true. Because you might need your teeth to tie a knot. Rose says, socks can be made from unused garments, felt or fleece fabric if you don't know how to crochet, knit, or weave. That's true, that's true. And now you've got Stray Kitten's attention. How do you crochet? Toe socks? Cucumber melon. Not a fan. It's just too subtle. It's just too subtle. I just like that straight eucalyptus taste. Or, yeah, I'm eating the soap. That straight eucalyptus smell. It's absolutely awesome to me. Tree soap's not bad, Maynard. Or tea tree soap. I don't mind tea tree soap. I would say that's a good number 2. I'd say that's a good number 2 as far as getting the brain neurons to fire. All right, guys, if you didn't know this, there's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the Making Me Wear the Grand Poobah hat. And that's on you. And that's on you. Number 20. Water filters. Haha, you didn't think about this one, did you? Brands like Sawyer and Berkey often rely on imported plastics or filtration media. Clean water is a top priority for preppers in any crisis. Tariffs on components could increase costs, and portable filters are ideal for mobility. What I will tell you is, guys, I still have the water machine link in the description. I've been keeping it in there. I've been wanting to get rid of it, but I think I've been keeping it in there because the filters are so damn cheap. So the same water filters that are made by big 9-inch carbon are made in a factory in Texas. It's this, they use the same factory. So those are actually made in America, and they're half the price of a big Berkey water filter, which is about $170 for 2 black carbon filters, the 9 inches. So just FYI. Number 21, plastic storage containers. Totes. Made with imported petroleum-based plastics. Preppers use them to protect food and gear from moisture and pets. Tariffs on oil derivatives could raise prices. So choosing airtight stackable bins is efficient. Number 22, paracord. Frequently manufactured in China. By the way, I can't remember where I picked these up at. Oh, I actually posted this in the Discord. If you're not a member, you wouldn't have seen it, but these were, oh, that's right. I picked these up at Rose's. They're $1.99 for 50 feet. I picked them up at Rose's. And this is actually real paracord. So, yeah. $1.99 at Rose's. All right. So, frequently manufactured in China or uses imported nylon. Its versatility makes it a prepper staple for shelters or repairs. Tariffs on synthetics could affect affordability, and storing it in organized coils prevents tangling. Number 23, here it comes. Matches and lighters. Many are imported or use foreign-sourced chemicals. Fire starting is critical for cooking, warmth, and signaling in survival situations. Tariffs on chemicals could increase those costs, and waterproof matches are a prepper favorite. With that said, number 24. Seeds for planting. Some heirloom or specialty seeds are imported, and packaging may use global materials. Preppers stock seeds for long-term food production and self-reliance. Tariffs on agricultural goods could raise prices, so choosing non-GMO seeds is ideal. And last but not least, number 25, manual can openers. There's 3 on that shelf back there. Often made in China or use imported steel. They're essential for accessing canned food without electricity. Tariffs on metal goods could make them pricier and sturdy. Hand crank models are a prepper's best choice. Now, some reasoning behind the list. Tariffs often target raw materials like steel, aluminum, or petroleum, as well as finished goods for countries like China or Mexico. Increasing costs for items with global supply chains. Preppers focus on non-perishable foods, medical supplies, and durable tools that support survival needs. Food, water, shelter, health, and security. These items were chosen for their tariff sensitivity and alignment with prepper priorities. Now, the additional things that we talk about, they are they're in. Basically, I'm trying to explain to you how the words that are coming out of my mouth are going to talk about the list itself. Now, there is a stockpiling strategies. Prepper should have these items on hand, before tariffs increase the prices or disrupt imports. Now, focusing on bulk deals and domestic alternatives where possible. Learning skills like gardening or sewing can further reduce reliance on the tariff effective goods. But some other things to think about is like their barter value. Items like coffee, soap, batteries, they're often cited in the prepper communities as high value trade goods during crisis. And then let's talk about some storage tips. Food should be kept in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers, while gear like knives or flashlights needs dry, accessible storage to stay functional. So with all that said, hopefully you guys got something out of this with the 25 lists. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and look at here. Oh, miner's lamp is the way to go. Yeah, I like those. There's also another one. It's like a chemical lamp. It's pretty interesting. Just go to lye soap from the granny. That works. Oops. Totes too expensive as it is. Yeah, they're about, well, I mean, they've gotten better. They used to be $15 during the pandemic. Now they're down to 10 for a large one. Jim Bowski, good to see you, bro. Have you any ideas for making your own water filtration system if you really had to? There are several ways to do it, but when you start to talk about the amount of water that you need to thrive and not survive, you would literally be looking at a multi-bucket system. One bucket is just full of rocks, and maybe a little bit of sand. The next box could be full of some kind of filtering debris, and it's just a layered system to where it's actually it's just a giant layered system that you end up with clean water. Now, the problem is that water it may be filtered, but it is not killing any of the bugs that might be in the water. So you're definitely going to have to boil that water. So it's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know what I'm saying? I would probably stick more to water catchment systems and then just boiling the water. But having a large water filter is a game changer. So just an FYI, let's see here. It's still very easy to stock up on can openers. Yes, and I expect you to have 3 or 4 of them. If you can get your hands on the large metal ones that have like the big cranks, those things are going to last forever. Let's see here. Tuck says P38, P51, the Dollar Tree can openers last about 4 to 5 months in my house. Yeah, exactly. Well, you need to buy better can openers. Borax is still cheap and cleans things well. So yes, borax is an excellent. Everybody should have a couple of boxes of borax stored away someplace in a cool, dry place. You can use borax to get rid of insect infestations. Ants are the worst. What is it? A tablespoon of borax, a tablespoon of sugar, and 3 tablespoons of water. Mix it all very as well as you can, and then pour it to where the ants or infestation is, and the ants will drink it till the insects will drink it to until they get their fill, and then they will die. So it's a great way. It's a great way to take care of that problem. My second life. Hopefully none of you are in my area because I don't want competition when I go to estate sales. I grab the lighters and boxes of matches. I'll get 5 lights for 5 lighters for $1 and 2 boxes of small match. There you go. I love it. But the thing is lighters are not expensive. You can buy a pack of 5 for $1.25. You can buy some fancy matches for $2. A whole box of them, so it's crazy. But hey, to each their own, right? Whatever that means. I don't know how to knit or crochet. Let's see here. Borax can be used for tanning hides as well. There you go, Rose. Bradley says, what are some water filters that are safe if they happen to freeze? None of them. None of them. None of them. Let's see here. Pilgrim says, distillers aren't expensive. They don't expire like filters. That's true. That's true. You just got to watch out because in some states, if you have a distiller in the state of North Carolina, that is considered to be, they basically say you're making liquor, which is against the law there. So it's like something tools of the crime, that kind of thing. Let's see. I told you before, I believe the cans can get obliterated when I use the P38 Lightning propeller to open. Yeah, I know, right? 0.5 C is the lower bucket for microbes. There you go, Maynard. Bic lighters only here. Bics are the best. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying. But here's the thing. If they're just kitchen lighters, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be, I always keep a 5-pack of kitchen lighters above my stove. But nothing's going to happen to them. Nothing's going to happen to them. But if you're walking around like EDC, duct tape, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, the Bic lighter is going to be the more durable lighter. Let's see here. You got to use the front landing gear. There's a bottle opener on the rear struts. How to make a tote bag. Socks. There you go. There you go. All right, guys, we have the 1 hour has came and went. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you like the way this live stream is done versus the other one. I don't have a problem with them either way. Everything seems to be functional. Yeah, let's do that now, and let's see. There's nothing else in the chat. Well, a few things popped up, so make sure that you guys have hit that thumbs up. It does help the channel. Yeah, I think we can go. I think we can go from there. I hate this format. There's always got to be one, right? There's always got to be one. Oops. We'll see how it works out. I also got to make a thumbnail and update this whole thing because I did it on my phone. So, all right, guys. I think that's going to be about it. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I got stuff to do. I got a whole list of stuff to do. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye-bye.